We want to stay on our own. Let Southeast people stay on their own. All we need is to unite Anyama people and be a strong force. We don't want Southeast people to be part of us. We now ask her, tell us one thing that made you not to like Southeast. Just one thing. Not talk too much. Just tell us one thing that made you to say you don't want us to unite with Southeast. She not fit talk anything. She just dey look us. We now told her, madam, this one that you are looking at us without replying, tell us one thing that made you to say that Southeast should stay on their own and we and Nyama people should stay on our own. She not fit talk anything. We now told her, do you know that the reason why the Igbo race is being hated is because of Kaduna Zogu, your brother from Opanam? She was looking. She said she don't know. She don't know. We now ask her, did you know what caused the Biafra war that took the life of more than 3 million Igbos? She said no, that she don't know all those history. We asked her, you don't know anything about those history? You don't know? You don't just want us to unite with our Southeast brothers? She said yes. Now that time I know, see, so many people you see coming out online to say we don't want to unite with Southeast though. All those people don't have sense. They just come online and say rubbish. Many of them don't even know the history. Many of them don't know what happened. Because they hear them from the mouth of one ignorant person, they start to propagate them. Kaduna Zogo from Opanam was the major reason why the entire Igbo race suffered during that war. And today you go see somebody from Opanam come online, they talk rubbish. We Opanam people, we are not Igbo people. We Opanam people, we don't have anything to do with the Southeast. Ozwai. If the North said that we will go to the villages and communities of those people that organized that coup, not unless we just come to Opanam community, kill everybody where did that place. Then if they kill everybody where they Opanam, they will come go back to the North. But instead, because of Kaduna Zogo, Northerners started killing every Igbo people in the North. More than 30,000 Igbos were killed in the North. Because of who? Kaduna Zogo from Opanam. Look at the book that was written by Brigadier General Godwin Alabi Sama. In that book, Alabi Sama said that Ukwane couples, husband and wife, when they come back from Zaria to Kaduna, Northern troops stopped them immediately after the 1966 coup. When the thing they halt, they stopped them. Out of the whole passengers waited that bus. Now only that Ukwane, husband and wife, Northern troops bring out, kill them. Because of waiting Kaduna Zogo, your own brother from Opanam do, they killed my Ukwane people. And you will see some of these idiots from Opanam will come online and say that they don't want us to unite with Southeast. You are the major problem. You can't come out yourself now. Make you be the better person. Go not stand and say you come from Opanam. Make them remember what Kaduna Zogo do. Propaganda. Many people in the city today, they talk rubbish online. They don't get sense. This is the effect of propaganda. This is why it's good to teach your children history. Teach people around you. For them to know what is happening. You hear something from person mouth, person that you say, you know what, make Anyama people unite with Southeast. Instead of you to go and make research, you carry that in the spread. And she just talk at me and deputy just they look at me. Immediately, me and Deputy Jesus told that woman that Kaduna Zogo was the reason why the Igbos were killed in that Biafra war. A man that is very closer to her shop told us, thank you very much, brothers. You just told her the truth. I have been telling this woman this thing. She refused to listen. Ignorant people, you go to tell them something, they don't go here till another person will come tell them that same thing. By that time, their eye will open. She said she don't know. Tell her, why you not go know where they say, you know they make research. This is why so many children are going astray, because their mothers not know anything. You go to flog small children came morning to night. This begin not to hear word. Wait till you they teach them for them to hear word. You will be the mama not even know anything. You dey hear Biafra war. Waiting cause that Biafra war. Waiting be the things wey happen before that Biafra war. You as a mother, you don't know. We don't want Anyama people to unite with Southeast. Because of what Kaduna Zogo did. Who got the people who run enter Benin people they kill them. Say the Igbo people. Who got the people who run enter Urobadi Sokoland? Urobadi Soko people they kill them. Say the Igbo people because of Kaduna and Zogo. See the entire Igbo race. And they kill our people like foul. Yet you have the guts carry your dirty mouth. They talk say make Anyama people and Southeast not unite. I hate seeing people spreading propaganda. Even when you are speaking the same language with the Southeast, you say no, make we unite Anyama people alone. You don't unite your village. Your own village is not united. We say no, make we not do village to village something. Make we unite the entire Igbo race. Make we get one voice. You want to unite Anyama people? How many Anyama people be? If Anyama people can't unite, we there on our own. We not go unite with our Southeast brothers. During the Kumeku War, Anyama people were fighting with the British. Anyama people do British, waiting not good. Britain soldiers were Anyama people kill for that war. Too much. Because of that war, now it make Britain hate Igbo people enter bone reach today. As Britain hate Igbo people, they don't hate only Anyama people. They hate the entire Igbo race. Everything Igbo, the British hate it till date. The marginalization where Southeast people they face today, now because of Kaduna and Zogo. The marginalization where the Southeast they face today, now because of a Kumeku war where we Anyama people fight with the British. And you will see an idiot from Anyama telling you, we don't want to unite with Southeast. They are the major problem. But they don't make with our own. Oswai. Now you hold the pass. We Igbo people, we kept all our differences aside. Everything that happened for the past among we Igbos, make it be seen a past to be. Because they make we unite as a people. My person come out to the talk, say, make we unite only Anyama people. These are the people that we tell you, let us get Anyama State and remain the South. People where not they read, people where not know history, people where not know what they happen around them. The same South people that are not treating you right. Now there you want stay. Because lack of knowledge, lack of history don't make you turn against your Southeast brothers. Anybody from Anyama will tell you say Southeast and Anyama people not be brothers. That person knows why. Now the war papers, the genocide against the Igbos. Now where the Anyama people now you pay pass, you not pay on a pass Southeasterners. If you say Kaduna Zogona from Southeast, you will say hey, he's from Anyama here from Okpanam. And person from Okpanam will come online, they talk rubbish. When they were killing Southeasterners in the north, where were you Anyama people? Where were you to defend them? It's like you don't know what happened during that war. Not that we are coming from different angles, bombarding our people. Everybody they save himself. If they find we go blame. Lazy people, all they do is to blame people. Instead of to carry your load, say, now you caused this thing. Let's look for a way to unite. No, you said Anyama people you want unite. What is the benefit of Anyama State if we don't unite with our Southeast brothers? Since outside where we did, in Ukwane, nothing is going on there. Even with all our crude oil and our resources, nothing is going on in Ukwane land. And that's because we are in the South. Some sort of marginalizing we Ukwane people because they know that we Ukwane people are Igbo people. We are not using our resources, nothing. Make we get Anyama State, make we take our resources, build our land. President say, we need Anyama State, let's remain in South. Anyama people and Southeast and our brothers, make them say that we make we do our own. Now then cause the war. If you want the coming generation to be wise, focus on the women. Start teaching women knowledge. Because now women they stay with children for house. Husband don't go work. Go out now, men they outside they work. If you go house, mothers and their children they house. What are they teaching those children? You go there and they tell your children, we are starting some brothers, now that cause the war, well, you don't they train those children now, they don't they take and they grow. It's expected of we the adults to teach our children the truth about themselves. Teach them what they should know that is important to them and the society. If the women of a country know themselves, if they know the truth, the coming generations go, they're very wise and intelligent because they grew up with the truth. You know what makes Southeast and Anyama people unite? Give Give us reason. You not fit talk anything. They look like us. Why? We are Nyama people are one people with the southeast. Igbo Bofu. Kaduna will not do bad thing, say he do cool. He not do bad thing. People are complaining, he do cool, they kill Northerners, they kill other people. Igbo officers were killed also. Colonels from Igbo land were killed in that coup. That coup is to better the entire country. It's not an Igbo coup. During that coup period, so many Ozwai started propagating that the coup was an Igbo coup. Yoruba officers were among the coup plotters, yet it was never tagged a Yoruba coup. But because Kaduna Zogo is the leader of that coup, they started propagating, say the coup na Igbo coup. We are Nyama people, we are brothers with the southeast. We are one people, we are not different. We are Nyama people, we are expected to support Senator Nedwook and make sure we actualize our Nyama state. And our Nyama state is expected to be zoned to the southeast because we are Igbo people. If to say our Nyama people not be Igbo people, say we don't speak Igbo language, we not care whether it is south. Anything southeast is Igbo. We are expected to be with our southeast brothers. We are here to fight any propaganda against Igbo nation. We are here to fight any propaganda against we are Nyama people. Igbo Bofu, and we must never allow misinformation and lies to separate we are Nyama people from the southeast. You
tell Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, another person will come out. Okay. Because that is the ideology. I keep saying Biafra is an ideology. Okay. The things the youths are seeing in the southeast is what drives them. You have in the southeast, they arrest young people, young boys, they charge them for terrorism, they call them IPOP, they lock them up. You arrest bandits in the north, you arrest terrorists in the north, and what do? You call them repentant, and you reintegrate them back into the society. What kind of justice system is that? So we must be honest with ourselves in this country. If we want peace, let us look at peace from the aspect of justice. Because any peace devoid of justice is peace of the graveyard.
All right, this is the direction I want to go today. This is our brother who analyzes on your issue. I think there's something he even forgot. That at the end of Biafra war, the war had already ended. The soldiers trooped into what we call the Midwest at the time, the Igbo-speaking area. And the women from Asaba, they all came out with children to welcome the soldiers and everything. You know what they did? They opened fire on them. They separated the women from the men and made sure that they killed everybody. And today somebody say, I'm South. Why are you... I go and get that. Satan is working on most people that call themselves Nigerians. Satan is working on them seriously because he devours them of thinking. They went in there at the end of Biafra war. There was no war going on. They went in there and they massacred men and children and women. They brought the men out. They killed almost 100 and something men. At the end, there was no more war. IBB, you remember he's married to an Asaba woman, right? Miriam. That's they married the consolation hang when Mbunde Asaba. He said, okay, he married one of us and then he gave us capital. That's why Asaba is the capital of whatever state they create. They went in there and they massacred these people. And somebody will open his thinking mouth and say, I'm not Igbo. You are fooling yourself. You can tell that to yourself. Even though our parents, like you said, there's no history and things, but can't you ask questions? You don't want to talk about what happened to your people. And when you talk about it, they say, no, don't talk. Igbo people, they are the one that caused the war. The man has told you. And the guy, it was even no coup. It was a revolution, which Babangida even said in his book. This was a revolution. Nobody was doing coup to kill anybody. Revolution is something that happens and people will die on revolution. Nothing is intended. It wasn't intended that Nnamdi Azikiwe and whoever were not killed. It was not planned. It's a revolution. That's what they call it, a revolution. When you revolt, anything you see on the way, enemy. If they were there, they played their smart brain. What was my ran into the Archbishop of Canterbury that was visiting, and he went in there to hide himself. They wouldn't go there and do anything, because the people doing this one, they were not organizing a coup. It's just a revolution. This country is going away. Let's turn this thing around. Let's go to jail. Biafran Awolowo was still in jail. Let's get rid of these people, and then go get this man and make him. Nobody. They didn't say they were going to bring Okpara or Zik and make him the president. No, they said Biafran Awolowo, who is from a different state. Okpara, the guy that organized it, the coup comprised of all of them. It was cut across. Hassan Usman Kassina, all of them were there in that thing. Those who live in the north will tell you my dad was living in the north. During that revolution, when this man was killed, there was rejoicing. People in the north were rejoicing. They were in the streets hailing the coup plotters, the revolutionaries. Then all of a sudden, they started killing the Igbo people. Not Okpalam people. Everybody that speaks Nyamiri is an Igbo man. They faced them and they slaughtered them. I am not talking history. I'm talking something that I saw with my eyes. I'm not reading any of the history books, because most of them, when you read some of them, it doesn't teach you anything. It's just on the biased mind of the writer of the thing, trying to please some, trying to even be afraid of saying the truth, because they might come after you. But those of us who were teenagers, young people, I just came out. I told you I did my WAEC in 1965. So we know what happened within that period. That was a critical period. From 65, 66, 67, 70, forget about it. Nothing worked in those areas. I was there live. I saw it. I was part of it. So these people slaughtered everybody that... First of all, before the war started, like I said, when I was in high school, we did not differentiate. We know that there were three tribes. In fact, even the radio stations, when they were talking, they want to read the news. It's a Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. That's all they do on the news. They will speak the news in English, then the news will follow with Hausa, then will follow with Igbo, and then will follow with Yoruba. Because those were the three tribes that they recognized. Now the British man told them at the end of the war, these Igbo people are very, very intelligent people. They are going to be a problem for us. Let me go back a little bit in my own history. Oil was found in Nigeria. The British government was not really paying royalties, oil royalties to anybody. They were not. They were just taking the oil, take it as you like, go. You come in there, you put in your boat or whatever thing, they fill your tank, you take off with the crude. The first oil royalty was to be paid when the war had the war had not started. The war was just on the brink. Now it was who is going to take the oil royalty. The British man said, you know something? I'm giving it this to Nigeria. I'm not giving it to the southeast where the oil is coming from. The south, the eastern region. Not even, there was no such thing as eastern region. Now they took that royalty money and paid it to Yakubu Gowon. That's what he used in executing the war. Depriving the eastern region of getting anything out of it. So, how did the royalty come in? Let me tell you something. Ojukwu went to Aburi with Gowon. They went, they agreed. Gowon himself, people were saying he was not prepared. He was. Because he was looking at Ojukwu's conditions as being naive. That Ojukwu is stupid. He doesn't know anything. How can you tell me that every region should take care of itself when the food that you are eating is coming from the north? Everything Nigeria was depending on the north. That's in the mind of Yakubu Gowon. He accepted. Okay, you want a regional? Yes, okay. The word confederation was not even used. It was just a regional. Let every region manage its resources and pay money to the center. They agreed. It was a clear agreement, and Gowon accepted it wholeheartedly because he knew You know, onye ji as in onye ji ka igu na-eso. I mean, ewu na-eso, onye ji igu ka ewu na-eso. They were the ones that had the ego. And you know, they were, so we should be following them. Because what happened? The food, I told you when I was growing up, I never been to the north before. Never even been to Lagos all my life through high school. I went to Lagos as an adult, going to do my recording in the studio. That was the first time I went to Lagos. So the north, forget about it. My dad went to the north to live. My mother said, you are not taking my children. You go there and live on your own. He was a civil servant. So we will live. We have a home in Aba that we built. So that's where we're going to live. So you go. All right. So I never been to that area. But in my mind, I basically lived in Calabar and Port Harcourt, and anytime the boat or the train is coming from the north to Port Harcourt, they're all carrying food. So in my mind, maybe the whole of northern region was just food, because you see mangala, rice, beans, dawa, or what, just name it. They were bringing them to the south. So I knew them as people that feed us. So when they went to that meeting, and Ojukwu said, every region should manage its resources, Gowon, not realizing that there was oil that was going to be paid for, accepted it. When he came back to Lagos, they called him. What did you just do? You have sold out. And Gowon was like, how can I sell out? We have the food. They have nothing. They said, no. We found oil in their place. Believe me sincerely, if you allow these people to manage their resources, you will beg them food in a couple of days, or not even years. A couple of months. You will depend on them for your livelihood. That's why Gowon turned around. He just came in. According to him, he had malaria, so he could not announce what he didn't have any malaria. The point is that he went to that meeting with all his heart. And he thought he was doing the right thing by accepting the regional system that Ojukwu suggested. Not realizing that there was oil that the Nigeria was going to depend on. So they paid the royalty to go on. Now the oil boom started. A man who was a farmer before, that his job was rearing cattle and running from place to place, found money, just like they have found kidnapping today as being lucrative. They found oil. Oil money. This one, I don't have to walk from Zanguru to whatever with my cow. I can take the money. They started recruiting, putting people in office, uneducated. Sadana Sokoto was a very educated man. When you listen to his English in those days, you know because that's Rihanna Bodo. But there were no people to occupy the offices. So they brought in this Alamajiri, they took everything and they messed everything up because the money was coming. They had no control over this money. Now the war started. The war didn't even start. They started massacring. After rejoicing that the revolutionaries were doing very well, they were happy, the Northerners were happy. If you talk to anybody who lived in the North at that time, it was accepted. In fact, they started by when they discovered that they couldn't stand, because the British now said to them, listen, start killing these people. Start killing them. And then they turned around. Everybody's Nyamiri was to be slaughtered. Secession that they're talking about, their placard in those days read Araba or whatever. I don't speak Hausa, but I know that interpretedly means that Araba was secession. That's what they were talking about. They were talking about breaking away from Nigeria. The war, Biafra war, never surfaced. Now they started massacring in the north. I'm talking about when you see massacre. I told you I was living in Port Harcourt. Trains come from the north. Rather than bringing food this time, they're bringing dead bodies. For in fact, there was one particular one. There was a headless body that was brought in. To show you. And those are people who were escaping already. They went to the train, inside the train, and killed and then cut off somebody's head. And the train carried the body like that back to the south. There were so many refugees at the time. Families were coming back. Most people, like the normal Igbo man, who will not build a house in his home, will go to the north to build excessive mansions. Now, the house in the village is probably his elder one who cannot travel, that lives in their father's mud house, and they're all coming back and crowding in the mud house, including my own parents. Oh, yes. We were not living in the north, but my dad was living in the north. He never built any house at home. The only house at home in the village was the one he built for his elder brother, to make him comfortable to stay in the home and watch the home while he's abroad. like those of us who are abroad today, the same thing. History is repeating itself. It was at the end of the war that people like my dad started considering building a house. Bought a land, even his Anobi was too far from where the family lives, so he had to buy one close to the family to be able to build and live with his kindreds, his brothers. This was not an accident, but the same history is repeating itself today. We are here trying to correct these things. There are people among us, the Igbo people, who don't see any sense, who cannot make sense in what we are doing. I watch the video. I watch whatever they call it. I watch sometimes. I go to Facebook and I'm seeing people commenting. These people living in America, they are going to the village to build a house. The house there in the village, who are they building it for? Their children are not going back. The point is that if you can't build one, just stay away from it. Let them do what they are doing. We saw all these things because you don't know tomorrow. You are in America, you are enjoying yourself, you are living in a country where you were not born, and they give you a passport, a green passport to walk around. A blue passport to walk around, and that makes you a citizen. They can take it from you anytime. There's one that they can never take from you. Is Biafra land. That's where you were born. Some people are they say building a house in the village. Just go. If you can't build one, don't worry. Those who can do it, just mind your business. Those who can do it, let them do it. Because we saw it. I'm telling you, I saw it one-on-one. My dad is civil servant. We're always living in government house, from Calabar government house. We moved from there. We moved to Alabama. Mama said, I'm not going to the north. He went to the north himself. He came back from the north with only slippers and a plastic bag. Now the war started. There was too many refugees, too many. I'm talking about refugees, and there was no money for you to build anything for your family. You had to squeeze yourself into a hut. And traditionally, if you're from Newe person, you understand what I'm talking about. In those days, they don't leave their goats outside. No. When it is rain, the goat has to come into one of the rooms. So we're living in a place where there were 3 rooms. Three rooms that they built for his brother. The wife and the children take the other room. The only room we were sleeping was where the goats will sleep. And with rains, you see on their face that they rather prefer their goats to be inside the house than you to come in the house. So they built houses in that time with a veranda, something like we call veranda outside. So that's where most of us sleep. Until the war ended, he had nothing. No sooner did the war end, people started running back to the north. Till today, they are doing the same thing. Go to Lagos, they're buying up everything in Lagos. Most of them, I wouldn't say they don't have a house in the villages. They do. Some do, but something, the house in the village is not something they want to. They're just doing it maybe for somebody to be comfortable to stay there and watch the family inherit, to keep the family lineage. Most of the good houses are built outside. Oh yeah. They build that thing in the village. Christmas 23rd, 20th, they run to the village. Do December, do Christmas, they run back to their respective locations. Yeah. It is still happening today. It is not going to change. So what we are saying in a nutshell is that they will never love you. You are not a Nigerian. Every single Igbo person, Igbo tribe, you are a tribe, Igbo tribe. The white man that came here already said it. We have Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. That's what it has been. In those days, there was radio. BBC will always broadcast a news. After the news, you hear the news will follow Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. In the translation, nobody is going to the Igbo language to say, you are from Ijo, you are from Abonima, you are from... No, they said Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. That's how... Then the Yoruba... Go to Yoruba land. We know, I don't speak Yoruba, but I do know that they have dialects in Yoruba land. That all of them, because my friend, there's a friend of mine that I have here, a very good friend of mine. He was born somewhere. He's not a Yoruba person, but he was born somewhere, and then when he speaks Yoruba, the Yoruba people that I know will say, this man's Yoruba get as he be. In other words, he has a different dialect. They can't even locate the dialect. My wife speaks Yoruba very well too. She was born there. But what my wife speaks is like pidgin English. Somebody speaking, that is the general, they call it general Yoruba, they can hear themselves, but the deep one. Radio news does not go and divide it and say, this is Okpanam, this is Asaba. I want to speak the news in Asaba. Or the news, no, it was Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. They didn't want to, because that's what they found when they came. They found Hausa, they found Yoruba, they found Igbo. I mean, in Yamani. The Igbo people in the southeast, these are the people that speak this language. Their language is Igbo. They didn't want to go there and start dividing them. Then the war ended, and the British said to these people, you know, see these people here? They're very intelligent. They're very hardworking. They are going to be problem. The only thing we have to do, they are the ones that would give us problem. Not that they're going to be problem to anybody. They are too independent. They don't trust you that much. So the only thing we have to do is let's divide them. And don't forget that they told you that the unification that they did, Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, putting them together as a one country and calling them Nigeria, that it was going to last for 100 years. And they know what they did by saying 100 years, because they know that by 100 years, the people making that law, none of them will be alive. Trust me. If one of them is alive, maybe, I don't know, he might even be alive and worthless. Yes. Because if the body lives for 100 years, believe me, trust me, normally scientists say, but somebody has to live for 120 years. But I know that after 70, you are going down and down and down and down. There are things that you do. The life itself might not even be interesting anymore. But which is very natural that people are afraid to die. But most people, I tell you, most people after 70, 72, 75, 77, they will want to just get away. Let me go and rest somewhere. Because you're tired. You can't do many things that you were able to do before. So, these people divided us. They came in and they divided. They said, okay, what we'll do with this, we'll divide them. And the worst thing that they did, they blocked history books. There was no history. They don't teach history anywhere, so you don't even know what happened before now. It was done on purpose. It wasn't an accident. I live in America. I've been here, God knows. There is no kind of history we don't have in this place. Not only history, go to museum. This is museum of this is museum of that. These are things that will remind you of what was there before you, so that you don't make a mistake that you made before. It never happened in our place, because courtesy of the British man. Courtesy of a man who came and said he colonized the entire world. Till today, he's still struggling to stay there. If somebody raises up his head, they will bring your people to destroy what you're doing. Somebody's talking about Ibrahim Traore. I said, listen, he has to do what he has to do, but you know something? These people are not going to let go. They will find everything in the book. Gowan said something. He said, if I knew that the Igbo man liked money so much, I could have not gone to the war. I could have used an Igbo man to go and bring me Ojukwu alive. But that's not the issue. You guys don't know anything. You are all ignorant. Don't know about something that is spiritual. If you cannot do anything about it. You think you can do something. You can't. You will not. Even if you had the option of bringing somebody to come and, did you not try? There were people in the war that you tried to turn against Ikemba. Just like they are doing today. The same thing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was wicked, but I wasn't a member of his organization, but I know that he must have faced something like that too. But he softened out, he's chickened out when they made promises to him. You know something? You have made money, why don't you just go and run your businesses and forget about this garbage? But Nnamdi Kanu is not ready for that. That's why he's still where he is. God will always send somebody, a Messiah. I told you there are 3 people that we know that have been on this Biafran struggle. The first one was Ikemba Nnewi. He did the much he could do. He went away, they brought him back, he came back with promises, you are going to do this, you are going to join this party, you are going to do this, you are going to run for that, for that. They use some people not to make sure that he does not get into politics successfully. Yes. It was all organized. It was Iyke came in, they say, okay, you know something, they lock him 2 or 3 times, you know something, you have made some money, why don't you just go there, build up your empire and then forget about this politics. He did. He said, my father died, I want to go and bury him. He said, my mother or my father, he went, he never came back into politics. The problem they have is Nnamdi Kanu. And I told you that things happen in 3s, right? Nnamdi is their last. They've scaled Ojuku's, it's like Ojuku is the first octave. If I might talk like a musician, the first octave is Ojuku's struggle. The second octave is Owazilike. We are on the final octave, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If they use their brain properly, they will know that it does not pay them with what they are doing, because he is the one that will bring Biafra. There's nothing anybody can do about it. And that's why I have so much confidence in what is going on. I don't care what they say, but I know the end will justify the means. At the end of the tunnel, there's a light that some of us are beginning to see, the light already that will come at the end of the tunnel. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. My name is Mazi Iyke Peters. I will open up the lines for you if you want to make calls. But meanwhile, we're going to continue with the clips that we have. But if you call me, I can turn off the clip and take your call. The number here is 845-907-2230. I repeat, 845-907-2230. The second line is 845-648-0031. 845-648-0031. Last number is 845-637-6632. 845-637-6632. I've opened up the lines for you to make your calls. If you want to have anything to tell us, please do. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. All right, like I promised you, as you're talking, as you're making your calls, I'll be able to open up the stop whatever clip that is airing for us to hear what you have to say. Call us.
There is no vacancy. Who can get by going? Who went me? o don't go again no. Efe gansi baga o.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the news, say they don't arrest this guy, General the Yahoo, but there's a problem. And the problem lies in this video.
And if Hokus Odima is denying that he did not have any meeting with Janto and with my master and not the rest of the commanders, if Hokus Odima swell over this, Hokus Odima must die. And I am standing, making the world and our people to understand the kind of evil man that Hokus Odima is.
All right, I have a call. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Radio Biafra and I'm calling from my location.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. Mazi, I was listening to what you were playing this morning, and I thought about Scramble of Africa. It's quite unfortunate that for all these people did to our people, how they took advantage of us. Scramble of Africa was a desire to steal our raw materials, economic exploitation. African economy was restructured to serve European needs with a focus on resource extraction and cash crop leading to economic dependence. European powers drew up the borders of African territories, effectively carving up our continent among themselves without our representation, without any African representation. They chose leaders for us. I mean, this is 21st century, and they chose leaders for us. They're still choosing leaders for us. They're still telling us what to do in this 21st century, and we are still listening. You know, I get very offended when I hear some people address Britain as Great Britain. What is great about them? Tell me one great thing. What's one great thing one thing that you know that is great about them? The wickedness, this wicked serpent, killing the entire world. They've taken advantage of Africa for a long time. They shared us among themselves. And this is 21st century where Africans are educated now, we are intelligent, we have traveled, we have seen things, and we are still watching them, still take advantage of us, still tell us what we need to put in our mouths, tell us what to eat, tell us who to be our leaders. They put their puppets, they put their cabals, and they put them against our people. And our people are still following them in 21st century. Don't you understand that this is time for you to break away from them? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been telling everybody, open everybody's eyes. That man is intelligent. He studied overseas. If he wanted to remain there and enjoy his life and enjoy his family, he would have been there. He would have been in their custody today. He would have established his business and lived his life and enjoy himself like Juku did at the end of his time. You know, he joined politics and all that stuff. You know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't understand, but he never did. Instead, he sees the future. He says, this is what they are doing to my people. I am in this country. I'm enjoying all the things that are happening. All the good is here. The good roads, the stable electricity. But my people don't have this. My people don't even have good roads. They don't even have they don't even have good tap water to drink. They drink water from holes, water that are contaminated. This is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came and said, I will give this, let's give our people hope. He didn't mind. He's been sitting there for almost 5 years now. He's in their custody. He committed no crime. And you, a typical man, a man who is a woman, a man who is free, cannot speak for a man who is wrongly accused. This is called justice denied. And these people told us after 100 years we should go our ways because they know it's not. They know we're not going to stay together. They know they came there for business. Nigeria is a supermarket. They know they came for business. They told us after a certain time, go your ways. And we're still down with them. And there was a time I heard someone saying they should extend it to another. No, that's never going to happen. Biafra is the way. And if we need Biafra, this is the right time to take it. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you. All right. Thank you so very much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Looks like my light shut up. So this is Radio Biafra. Call us. The lines are still very much open for you. 845-907-2230, 845-648, 0031, 845-637-6632. All right, I was trying to play something, and the clip will continue playing. Anytime you make your calls, we'll take off the clips and then listen to what you have to say.
And not the rest of the commanders. If Opus Odima well over this, Opus Odima must die. And I am standing, making the word, and our people to understand the kind of evil man that Opus Odima is. Standing family and standing Gidibam, telling our people this. If Opus Odima did not have meeting with me, and
Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Check your call. Check your phone, my friend. Check your phone, please.
People that their economic, their means of business is informed by hatred. Why have we not been economic? Because the Yorubas, they are threatened with seaports all around the east. Because of that, they collapse. It's gone. You never see it again, it's gone. Forget all the media rubbish. You never hear about it again. It's over, it's gone. This is the country you want me.
Caller, are you there? Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
They are insane. Because that is why we do what. That's what we preach the truth for.
I can hear you, sir. Go ahead, tell us your name and where you're calling from. And there's noise at the background. Just go to a quiet place to call us.
Mazi Iyke Peters, good afternoon, sir.
Welcome to the program.
I'm greeting all Biafrans by saying good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And I'm giving special greeting to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi. My name is Mazi Iyke, the truck pusher, calling from our land, our blessed land of Biafra. Mazi Iyke Peters, whenever I hear your voice, it gives me joy. You analyze this to us this morning very clear. But I'm suggesting something. Because in the school of experience, everybody is learning. You people have lectured us enough. Sometimes or that. I need to shine the iron. What is the eye pastor? The reason why I say this is that some people will ask you a question today. Tomorrow you will repeat the same question. After you must have told him or her everything, what is happening, the condition of our leader, where are we heading to, where are we now? He will still repeat the same question. That means it's like a student who doesn't even keep attention of what the teacher is teaching. Mana onye ọrụ ya na-abụrụ ike kwesịghị egwu ya. and that is my take.
Yes.
I always said it.
Yes.
You make it. You said something this morning. You said that our leader come for a mission, and it is a must that he must accomplish that mission before even if God will take him, he will die.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
If God say that Chukwu say that you maybe you will not reach up to this time, maybe they must have killed you during the time of Biafran war. So you are living up to date. That means you too, you are on a mission, and you people must accomplish it.
Yes.
Assignment. Biafran restoration is an assignment, and you people must accomplish it. Thank you.
There well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir, for your call. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls at 845-907-2230, 845-648-0031, 845-637-6632. I love that phrase. That is what I'm trying to say. It's not even what I'm saying, that Mazi Iyke is on a mission, and we are going to get Biafra whether they like it or they don't like it. Then when they connive and plan their things and eventually it doesn't work out, they will always fail. If they look on and that is fighting against our restoration, the restoration of our nation, if they one day sit down and ask themselves a question in a quiet solitude, very, very solitude, and think about it in their life and ask themselves, what have we really achieved? The IPOB is waxing stronger and stronger. For every day we do whatever we do, IPOB will never get down, because we are destined for a job. And that job is what we are going to accomplish, whether they like it or they don't like it. The lines are still open. Give us a call.
Telling our people this. If Opus or the man did not have meeting with me and my master with other commanders, let I know there.
Now, after watching this video, my question is this. Did the Nigerian army arrest General Yahoo because of all the atrocities when they commit, or because he not start to call names?
Yes, he's calling names.
Do you understand? Because as short as this video carry a lot of weight.
They have to call themselves names and they'll be in trouble. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke Peters.
Welcome to the program.
I'm Mazi I'm from Sweden.
Welcome to the program, sir.
Because I'm all IPOB members, Biafran. And we am Choriku.
Yes, go
Hello?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. We're here. We're listening.
Okay. I'm sure women are veteran. I respect so much. From some years now, I always call your program. This program problem or can achieve Basara IPOB, DOS. So I'm not going to make ratify those issues. Demarcations.
Let me ask you. It's a good question now. What is the problem? Because I don't know. Maybe you are listening to something somewhere. I'm not even aware of what you're talking about. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Before I'm a program. I wait for tonight. The program. But at this time, now the thing only so Mazi Iyke
What kind of program? The program,
yes, you're gonna rapture media. Whereby the Radio Biafra. You're gonna carry Catalonian Bocha. iji foto nna ikwu ebe a. So
in Catalonia, let me come in. In Catalonia, you didn't see Mazi's picture? Because now go back and look at it. You see, when they bring this distraction, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The person advertising for him, that is because he's not here now, is Chika Edoziem. That's what he told us. So let's
Facebook. Okay.
Forget about what Naya. When we had about distraction, we know who our leader is, and you know who our leader is. All the Nakata Anato ihe meaning. A happy corner cover high name. Nobody is taking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's place. Nobody can take his place. It's not possible. It's completely impossible. There is no problem in DOS. There is no problem in IPOB. But there are people who are wishing that there will be problem. Unfortunately for them, there is no problem. So they have to make up something to make it look like this thing is not relevant. Any now distraction. We are too big for this. IPOB has gone a long way. IPOB has gone to a level where that's what we call this. It's a distraction. It does not make one single sense. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is inside, and they'll create a structure that this is the way I want this thing to go. When you look for me and you don't see me, that's what it is. Whatever the DOS is doing, whatever the IPOB is doing, or let me use DOS. Whatever DOS is doing, they are working under the instruction. We, the followers, our job is to follow what they are saying, and that's it. Only mistake, it is not between me, it's not you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave them a job. He didn't give me the job. I'm not a DOS. My job is to stay on radio and broadcast. Our command and control. So anybody can be out there and now talk us you where. Unfortunately, you are not a member of our DOS, so we can't listen to you. You can't bring a message from Onya Lock or Lock without any message. You are not member of DOS. Only any message, only get the message, the DOS. Now the DOS will tell us what is going on. But if you have to us directly to make a message, you are wasting your time. We don't know. So my brother, there is no problem.
Okay.
Everything is moving.
I'll trust.
Yes.
I'll trust and give well. I'm going to say some game out. I'm not going to your program. So, you got my Facebook page yourself. You got only got about Mazi Iyke. Those long time by me na bruises. So I am just going to go out one them.
No problem.
Oh, hey Biafra.
Oh, hey Biafra. So bad, bro. They want to create it, make it look like there is a problem. There is no problem. Nothing. So we know our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has already given a job to the DOS. They are the ones we are working with. We are not changing anything. None of us can change anything. Anybody who thinks that the DOS is not doing well should wait. Have your patience. When the man that gave them the job comes in, all the case, somebody who called me. Let me make an analogy. Somebody called me yesterday, and we spent time on phone. All he was talking about, this church, this pastor said this, the other pastor said that, the other. I'm saying, why are you spending so much energy? If there is a pastor whom you think is not a good pastor, don't go to his church. Now you are not angry that you are not going. You are angry at people who are believing in that person. Why? You spend energy doing something that doesn't make any sense. So let's take a call. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Mazi, good afternoon, and thank you for having me, and thank you for your program. Thank you for your time and dedication, my dear brother. I know it's not easy. You wake up early in the morning. I know what is time there, Mazi. Thank you so much, Beth. I appreciate you. Mazi, my name is Mazi Madabuchi. Mazi, before I comment, let me just say a little bit about. I'm not antagonizing our brother just called right now. But what I want to say is this, Mazi. You see, in Catalonia, that March, there's a Nnamdi Kanu banner. But what people is complaining is that it's not big enough. I don't understand them. These people that are complaining now, they are not there. They make it, IPO make it official that everybody who want to go to Catalonia should come. Those that are complaining, why they not go there to make a big banner to show about our leader? I don't understand how people, you don't go there, you don't know, people take their time, they waste their money, they waste everything, they go there to represent IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu, and you say you don't see Nnamdi Kanu banner, that's another problem. And they forget that they are singing, Holy, Holy, Nnamdi Kanu. It's another savior. That one they don't consign, they don't hear that one. Only what they are going to complain is that they don't see the Nnamdi Kanu banner is there. Only they are complaining that it's not big enough. I don't know how they want it to be big. Okay, if you want it to be big as a claim, why can't you come? It's calling from Sweden. Sweden and Spain is not too far. He can from Sweden go to Spain and make a big banner. Nobody will tell him, why do you make this big banner and bring it here? He should do that. If this thing that he's saying now concerns him a lot, we should have make a big banner and go to Catalonia because everybody is welcomed. IPOB go there to represent IPOB, represent what they believe for, represent our leader. They didn't invite everybody. They invite IPO because we know that we are legit. That's why they invite IPO and they go there to represent. And some people now say why they don't see Nnamdi Kanu banner, but IPO be singing about Nnamdi Kanu name, praising Nnamdi Kanu there, taking Nnamdi Kanu banner. Only they say it's not big enough. Mas, I don't understand. People should find something else doing, not as you just say right now. People are looking for where they will find fault. Mas, there's no fault. Catalonia marching was very great, was massive. People was there, and everybody is happy, and it goes well. And Mas, about what they are saying, people that said about they are not Igbo or they are Igbo. Mas, you see, some of them is confused. Let me tell you why. If you come to Lagos, Mas, what they call all of us, na Igbo. They call everybody from Southeast there, whether Igbo or not Igbo. There's one woman, when I don't know what happened, there's a fight, and this guy is from Ogoni side. So when they are fighting, one man will come, when Yoruba man is fighting one Yoruba man, the Yoruba man say, you come from Igbo land, come and fight us here. Who are you? The guy say, I'm not Igbo. The man say, don't mind them. All of them are the same. He said, say, we are all the same. Whether you deny you are Igbo or you deny you are not Igbo, they count you that you are Igbo. So if you are there deceiving yourself that you are Igbo or you are not Igbo, they know. Even in the north also, if you go there, all of us, they count everybody there. Whether you are from Ogoni, whether you are from a river, anywhere, you all are Igbo. So we have to join hands together to make it right. Like Osare Dokubo, when money is coming to him, he will tell you that it's a Nigeria. When there's no money, he will say Nigeria is not for Osare Dokubo, Nigeria is not for Charlie Boy, Nigeria is for nobody. But when money is coming, he will claim that it's a Nigeria. But you see how they are fooling themselves. Whereas we have come out for this march, no matter the attack, no matter the blasphemy, no matter anything they do, we must get the head. Now, there's one thing I want to say, but I don't know if it's allowed. Well, anyway, I will say it later. Thanks for having my dear brother, and God bless you.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you very much for your call. This is Radio Biafra. Oh, there's something that in the traditional Igbo language, if I say, now, onye chai metu nwunye nna ya aka, o si na ọ mara akwa ga ya n'azụ. Since these people are looking for something to talk about. And on Radio Biafra, I don't want to be part of the discussion. The only thing I have to cut it very short as I can. Like you rightly said, my brother, Catalonia, whatever this guy is calling from, I'm not blaming him either, because he's listening to what people are saying, and he feels that our leader was not properly represented. I don't know what other representation that can go, that you can spend your own money when you're going to a thing like that. Create your own banner. Nobody's going to. What you need to get somebody hold it on the other and you hold it on this, and then display him as big as you want, if that will give you happiness. But that notwithstanding, the people that are commenting just want to talk. They have nothing better to talk about. So that's why they are doing what they are doing. All right, let's see. I have a call. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke Peters.
Good morning. Welcome to the program, sir.
Chikwo kikabia mabago me Mazi Iyke Peters n'ọrụ na rụrụ Biafran ụwa niile. Ọkwa evri ụtụtụ niile ibinie. Anyị nwa nọ ebe a mara ka you delete your energy. You make it to the world that you come for something. And you are looking for Mazi Iyke Peters. Onye kere n'igwe ke ya na ma ke la Biafra na-azọ since how many years? Ọ ga na-echekwebe gị na-eke ori afọ nkwọ were ohere a na-ekele onye ndu anyị Maazị Nnamdi Kanu Ahamadike 1. Jesus Christ anyị fụrụ anya onye bịara ịzọpụta anyị n'aka ndị iro anyị. Nigeria is a hellfire on this earth. Nigeria is a terrorist country that is killing everybody. Nigeria means no well for us. That is why our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can stand 100% that Biafrans must be free. Biafrans love good things. We don't kill. We want our people to be free. Britain cannot carry tanker that take almost 6 million barrels of oil in our land, but a container of 200 container cannot enter our land. We don't have the sea, but we have sea to take our resources, to take coal from Enugu, to take oil from Imo, from Anambra, from Ikwata, from Akwa Ibom. All ship inside sea there is coming to Biafra land to take what we have. But container, we go to Lagos, we don't have the water. For container to come to east, for container to come to Biafra land, Ndara, even a Constaris that is millionaire today, all his container is going to Lagos. All his container, no one is coming to Onitsha. No one is coming to One, where Britain is taking our resources. You say these people have head, they don't have anything of head. All these people are quagmires. Thank God for IPOB. Thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Without these people, where are we in our land? You see Okpanam people will say they are not Igbo. Okpanam people will say no, we are not Igbo. We don't want to. Who are you? Ndara, look at Yoruba land. Yoruba don't want freedom. They don't want freedom because they see free food in Biafra land. They are taking oil as they want. The oil is making them billionaire in Yoruba land. Oil is making them billionaire in Hausa land. But come to Biafra land, nothing. All our sea, no boat, no, nothing in our island. Everything to Borochako. Everything to Borochako. But go to Miami Beach, go to Savannah Beach in Brazil, see what they are building in their island. But look at Opopo, look at Ebony. The only thing they know is to bring tanker and take oil and go. They mean no well for you. If you think Nigeria will save your life, you are in bondage. You have to wake up, join what we are saying. Anyoma is Igbo land. Anybody that is telling you is Igbo, I ask him, you are Igbo, I'm Igbo. Igbo from Osuka and Igbo from Anyoma, is it not the same thing? Anyoma, is it an English name? They give you South. South, is it an Igbo name? We all Igbo people. We all Igbo people. All these people that are living at Anyoma, you people have, I don't know what to call you people. You are speaking Igbo, but you are not Igbo. Where does that happen? You go to Yoruba land, even Yorubas in England there, they teach their children Yoruba language. In America there, they speak from their childhood. But look at, I'm watching one in just in Abuja there. He say, I don't speak that Igbo. I don't think I will even marry Igbo. What I'm looking is this is our women saying this in our land, and Nairobi is watching them. Ohanese Ndara, Ohanese Papas. They want one Nigeria. Before Ohanese stand up to give a Igbo national broadcast, he will tell them, go and pick PVC. Do you see the level these people have planned for us? These people want to wipe our identity. These people they don't mean well for us. Organizing Igbo governors. We don't need all these things you people are building. We need freedom. We want to come back home. We want to come back to Suka. We want to come to Enugu. We want to come to Newi. Bring our visitors to see our place. Look at Newi. Every day they are offloading Tokumbo they are carrying from Taiwan. Every day Tokumbo in our land, killing our people. You will go and carry tire they drive in winter. Bring it to our land. It's causing trouble. That is what is killing our people with the Dangote truck.
No.
Every day Tokumbo. Look at it.
All right, thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. The lines are still open at 845-907-2230, 845-648-0031, 845-637-6632. Like we were saying before, we need you to remember that we are struggling and striving for our freedom. So what we are going to get, regardless of what they say, regardless of how much they think they can stop us. No, they cannot. They cannot stop the moving train. We are too fast. IPOB has gone a long way. And if they think that by talking down on us or trying to hold our leader, that is going to stop anything. The more you hold him there, the more stronger we become, honestly speaking. You have a problem. The problem is going to have is if anything happens to our leader, then we are going to make sure that will tell you what is right. Stay tuned. This is Radio Biafra USA 2.
I'm living my legacy, no fantasy. Like, give me some accolade. They pray for my downfall, I'm gonna stand up taller. You wish make I go down, cause I me they run things down, yeah. I study from the ghetto, why you come the hate, oh? I study from the ghetto, why you come the hate, oh? Count your blessings one by one, cause God's blessings not done by turn. Take like JJ, take like JJ. Count your blessings one by one, cause God's blessings not done by turn. Take like JJ, my brother, take like finally made it. God show me the way. Where my haters, where my wailers, where when I day. Say, finally made it. God show me the way. Where my haters, where my wailers, where when I day. We are on a day. See now so, we are on a day. Finally, we are on a day. Say now so, we are on a day. Finally. Never know the enemy, never know the enemy. Hey, now God bless me heavily, now God bless me heavily. Hey, never know the enemy, never know the enemy. Hey, Lord bless me heavily, Lord bless me heavily. Hey, they going full of 40, never worry life big is at 40. Yeah, dance away your sorrows, Lord go bless you tomorrow. They going full of 40, never worry life big is at 40. Yeah, dance away your sorrows, Lord go bless you tomorrow. Finally made it. God show me the way.
All right, God show me the way. So we finally made it. We are Biafrans and we are moving on. All right. This morning we're talking about Anyoma people that what somebody is claiming that information. Listen to what Chiamanda Adichie has to say
about women's riot in 1920, women's rebellion in 1929.
Let us see.
Igbo women who through centuries have traded and shown initiative, and now we are reducing women to victims of money rituals. Igbo, what is?
All right, let's take a call before we proceed. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Mazi Iyke Peters.
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. My name is Chukwuemeka, and I'm speaking from my location. Thank you once again, as always. I greet my leader, our leader, Mazi Iyke Peters, the man who set up this platform to expose so many things. I greet you once again. Yes, I want to start from somebody that asked question now. I don't know what to talk to some of Igbo people who are reasoning like animal. Even animal in the bush are better than some Igbo people we have today. It is not you, how much money you have in that bank account or how many houses you have make you a human being. It's the way you act, the way you reason, the way you talk, the way you act, that make you a human being. That is by the way. I want to start from the new Ohaneze Ndibo, the one who called himself Mbata, Senator Mbata, and in recent comment. I want to tell this man, the time of the former Ohaneze Ndibo, George Ubiozo, was forced to be Ohaneze Ndibo by Hope Uzodinma. George Ubiozo died in office. Imposed Emmanuel Iwanyanwu. Emmanuel Iwanyanwu died in office. Then, when they come to start to select another Ohaneze Ndibo chairman or whatever, there was one man they elect in Rivers State, which is somebody. And I heard the time the man make statement. And the statement of that man was very, very powerful and strong as a leader. That man was the person that was elected in Rivers State. And these evil people we have as politicians, they had their own evil election in Enugu and forced this slave to be Ohaneze Ndibo. Today, we have seen what he has in his box. What am I trying to say here? There was one man called Jimmy Cliff when he's alive. This man said, "This world is not my home. I'm just passing through." And that is how it is for everybody. If you are hearing that somebody is dead, maybe in your village, maybe any of your friend, your brother, your sister, whatever, they call you on phone, or maybe you are around here, somebody is dead. Now, remember one day, other people will hear that you are dead. That is life.
Thank you.
But what have you done now you are alive? to prove that you are a human being. Maybe you are a leader. Maybe you are whoever you are. What are you doing now you are alive? To remember. So, nevertheless, what I'm trying to say is this. If you are a leader like Ohaneze Ndigbo, and you have not learned anything from now, your name is sorry.
Thank you, sir.
You will still go and join those people that have left before you. That is what I'm telling you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA too. Let's take more calls, but point of corrections. Jim Reeves was the one that sang the song you're talking about. Jimmy Cliff is very much alive. He's not dead yet. It's my friend. There's nothing wrong with him. So we were talking about Jim Reeves that said the world is on my own. I think that was Jim Reeves and died many years ago. All right, this is Radio Biafra. Please, the lines are still open for you to give us a call. Just call us. I'll give you the number again: 845-907-2230, 845-648-0031, and 845-637-6632. All right, I wanted to air in the clip by our sister Chiamanda Adichie that came up to say something. Okay, before I go on to Chima, let's take a call coming in right now. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Peters.
Morning, welcome to the program.
Brother Emmanuel is Jim Reeves. With Jim Reeves, this world is not my home, not Jimmy Cliff.
Exactly.
Jimmy Cliff is still alive, he's not dead. Just a little bit of point of correction on that. My brother, see, this is the way it is happening in life. You know, sometimes in retrospect, you just know that there is a hand of God, the supernatural power that is controlling the world. Whatever that happens, imagine if Nsogu is from the eastern region, our own side of the Biafra land. Imagine what all these people from Anyoma, imagine what some of them would have said. But God so made it that Nsogu came from Anyoma state. And being an Igbo man from that across the river, Igbo suffered untold suffering, and the world believed that Igbo man was responsible for what Nsogu did, and we were collectively punished. Thank God that a lot of Anyoma people realize that. It's only few people who do not realize the fact that because you are across the ocean, it doesn't make any sense at all for you not to describe yourself as an Igbo man.
Yeah.
And like you rightly said, they forgot about the Asaba massacre. Why did they massacre them?
Exactly.
Is it not because of Nsogu from that Asaba area? So there's a reason why God made it that Nsogu, who was part of the people that spearheaded that coup, because it wasn't just him. Ifeanyi, as a matter of fact, was the architect.
Yeah.
But Nsogu was the one who made the biggest impact in the north by killing these politicians more. So, Nsogu coming from Anyoma state has vindicated us a lot with the people from the other side of the river, the Igbos. We collectively suffered more than any other part of Igbo land, including the people from the rivers and that area, Ogwashuku and the rest of them. That should not be forgotten. It's good that we continue making that point to them that Nsogu is from Anyoma state. And I applaud people of Anyoma to fight for their own state, and eventually they will get it. There's some positivity coming from the present president that is going to approve it. And this idea of Olu state, that is a no. We don't want to continue to divide ourselves.
Yes.
Instead of trying to gather our brothers, whom they are trying to take away from us and be an addition. Some people believe, based on their own individual interests, to create Olu State out of Imo State. That's ridiculous. Thank you so much. God bless you, my brother.
All right, God bless you, sir. Thank you very much for your call. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. I have another call coming in. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
And I come from Aba province, Biafran land. My dad is Alona. Alona one by the name, by the fruit, we shall know them. So that the Biafrans anywhere in the Lua, you will have one thing in mind. We are not joking with our freedom. Very important, 1967, they butchered us, they killed our ancestors. The remnant of our ancestors are the ones that born us. And today, this is where we are. Nigeria is created by Britain, and then the Peters have analyzed it. 100%. From time of 1960, Nigeria was created till today. Very proud of face on this planet Earth. Created by the Most High Chukwuokike, who sent his son, Nnamdi, to come and set us free from this bondage. Then, if you know you are a Biafran, don't waste the time. 10th of October, very important. Start packing your bag. Make sure your community is entirely safe. Don't waste time anymore. You see all this, our governor, they have stood us. Are you not seeing it? All our governors, they want to 2027 for you to see that they are compound idiot. 100% excellent idiot. Because their son, their father, their brother is in the hands of the terrorists. They kept silent because they know that they are selfish. Oh, what a shame. A race that have leaders, Igbo race. We are all over the world. Then all these governors are taking care of our state for Nigeria, for Fulani to have the audacity to come to Igbo land, kill us with impunity. Then take our oil, not be thief. Makadada Peter says, "Omo one kempo muna mutupu nkuba abanye." All to the Lusu in English. I go what more I go find. And if you catch it, if you don't catch it, we catch it for and see our pipe. See the pipeline where the whole white people put of our land. Which kind of place to be done? Check him American government to the pipe in Alanga. Oh, now go to come to the issue with that home for my. But cook a just sound, property, no guy can be. Macadada not the kind I need. On what I need is any country gala, here what they give for Kishka. No father, I'm prepared to sell everything to make sure that this United Nations, after paying the end of the kind of human rights, you will go back to your community and stay because you are a thief. Listeners to people everywhere are calling themselves government.
Thank you.
Government to come and take the clothes from Alibo. Onana, Tujo. Nonsense. 10th October, very important to Tinaka and the Biafrans and IPOP.
Never. Thank you, sir. Never. I love it because if you don't collect with the thief, that's a good word, isn't it? Yeah, you catch the thief, but the thing when thief, you don't get and not recover and back from them. All right, it's a good one. I love that one. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Like I said, I was trying to air Chimamanda's narration of Ndibo, and what is a very beautiful one. So I want us to listen to it. While we're still listening, we still have time. Anybody who wants to make a call can proceed and make his call. But meanwhile, let's listen to Chimamanda.
Many of us are proud to say that our children do not speak Igbo. Now, languages are really wonderful. I think the more languages one can speak, the better. I personally would like to learn Hausa. I've always loved the music of the language. But the truth is that children can learn as many languages as we expose them to. But what is happening in Igbo land is not about whether children can learn languages or not. It is the result of the lack of value for what is ours. We do not value what is ours. And this lack of value is also reflected even in the contemporary Igbo practice of giving strange names to our children. Names we like, not because of their beautiful or deep meanings, but because they can be easily shortened to sound Western. Cassie, Zara, Jada. Unana Zai Eliafane Onwere Synod. If any of you have those names, I won't blame you. It's your parents I blame. No manu no mulum. Igbo mulum. Jeche benine ne je benine Igbo mulum. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. This is tough. Okay. Yes, is there where we can? No? Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Again, good evening to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And I have to apologize for being late. I'm very sorry. So I'm very happy to be here again. Good evening. Thank you all for being here. And I want to start by thanking the Center for Memories because they're doing the essential work of preserving our collective memories. I also want to thank my dear friend James Mbueze. Rebecca James, okay. Mbueze. I want to thank James for the depth of his love for Igbo land, and I want to thank him for the breadth of his intellect. James actually persuaded me to deliver a lecture today rather than to read from Dream Count. Dream Count was published in March, and for the past few months I've been traveling on book tour in different parts of the world, and now I am here back home in Nigeria, and I consider this my homecoming. I was in Lagos a few days ago. I was in Abuja just 2 days ago, and now I am here in Enugu. I'm here in this beautiful city on the hill. I am here in the city of my birth. I drew my first breath about 2 kilometers away from where we are today at the University of Nigeria Teaching Hospital on September 15, 1977. So although I was born in Enugu, I grew up in Nsukka on the campus of the University of Nigeria. I am from Aba in Njikoka, local government area of Anambra State. My mother is from Umunachi in Dunukofia, local government area of Anambra State. All are my homes. But more importantly, and I think more significantly, I consider all of Igbo land to be my home. From Enugu to Anambra, Imo, Abia, Ebonyi, and the Igbo-speaking communities in Rivers, in Kogi, in Benue, in Delta. All of them are home because all of them are Igbo land. Igbo, Igbo. Whenever I land at an airport, whether in Asaba or in Enugu or in Owerri or the wonderfully named Chino Achebe International Airport in Umueri, the overwhelming feeling for me is one of wholeness, an internal calm, an instinctive ancestral peace. Or so it was for many years, until recently. I am not the only Igbo person who no longer feels this instinctive wholeness, this peace. I am not the only one who reads stories from Igbo land and turns away in horror, who sees what is happening in Igbo land today and is consumed by shock, disillusionment, and a feeling dangerously close to despair. In Igbo culture, nothing is more sacred than life. In Igbo culture, a sibling must never take the life of another sibling. That is what we mean when we call a child Ndoka, Ndubisi, Ndode. The preservation of life is sacrosanct. Things Fall Apart demonstrates this central Igbo belief in the sacredness of life. Okonkwo accidentally murders a member of his community. It is truly an accident. His gun goes off during a feast, and yet his community punishes him severely. His home is destroyed and burnt, and he's banished for years. And this was an accident. Now imagine the severity of the punishment for murder in Igbo culture. Igbo culture abhors the taking of innocent life. And yet, today, we hear grotesquely inhumane stories of people murdered in ritual practices for money. And it is important to note that the victims of this recent upsurge of barbarism are mostly women. It is not just infuriating, but it is mentally disorienting to even contemplate that in 21st century Igbo land, women are considered expendable ingredients in the blighted act of evil rituals. Igbo women who historically have been strong, have been valued. Igbo women like the Omu, whose boats led expeditions in pre-colonial times. Igbo women like the female king in Enugu Ezike. Igbo women who participated in the Aba Women's Riot in Women's Rebellion in 1929. Igbo women who through centuries have traded and shown initiative, and now we are reducing women to victims of money rituals. Ndi Igbo, what is happening to us? When did this particular reign begin to beat us? When we hear of Igbo people randomly murdering other Igbo people, the instinct is disbelief. Are these stories true? They cannot be true. But they are true. How can they be true? How can they be happening among one of the great early civilizations in West Africa? The home of the Leja iron smelting that dates back to 2000 BC. Iwoku bronze with its muted extravagance that dates back to the 9th century AD. The home of the fabled Nri kingdom of the 10th century. How can this be happening among a people traditionally known for greatness and for achievement and for hard work? How can this happen among Igbo people who have long been known for the interesting dualism at the center of their culture, one of individualism on one hand and the other of a communal ethic? Igbo people who are known for gathering together to help one another. In the words of a missionary who visited Igbo land in the late 19th century, the Igbo people show an unbending sense of justice and a surprising intelligence. Now let us ignore that surprising. Makana ndị ọcha nọbata nnọọ fa na-ezuzu ezuzu. But the larger point is that Igbo people have long been known for greatness. And yet today Igbo land is in disarray. Today we are overseeing our own decline. There are of course the smaller desecrations that we have wrought on ourselves in the past 30, 40 years, one of which concerns the Igbo language. We do not have a thriving Igbo literature. We cannot seem to reach a consensus on a classical form of written Igbo. And many of us are proud to say that our children do not speak Igbo. Now, languages are really wonderful. I think the more languages one can speak, the better. I personally would like to learn Hausa. I've always loved the music of the language. But the truth is that children can learn as many languages as we expose them to. But what is happening in Igbo land is not about whether children can learn languages or not. It is the result of the lack of value for what is ours. We do not value what is ours. And this lack of value is also reflected even in the contemporary Igbo practice of giving strange names to our children. Names we like, not because of their beautiful or deep meanings, but because they can be easily shortened to sound Western. Kasi, Zara, Jeda. Unana Zai Eliafani Onweri Synod. If any of you have those names, I won't blame you. It's your parents I blame. But as an aside, I've noticed during my book signings, and I've done many book signings, but particularly the ones here in Nigeria, I've noticed that many of my Yoruba fans who come to have their book signed and they tell me their names, they always say very proudly their full names. Oluwatobilola. And I have to tell you, I find this deeply admirable, but also I feel a kind of whimsical sadness, because that almost never happens with my Igbo fans.
School bells are ringing. It's time to get the perfect phone plan.
All right, that was Chima Amanda Adichie, our sister. I was saying the truth. You know, it will be family, but you know something like I said before, or like she said, I don't blame you, I blame your parents. Of course, maybe when you grow up, you start changing your names yourself. But ABDN is easy. I have children here, my daughters. Maybe when they go out there, they answer their Hazara for Igbo the way they want it. But what I do is that I give them the native names, and that's their first name.
Example of remarkable stupidity.
Let's keep listening.
We must remember
that the time we have a few more minutes to go on the program.
So this person was talking about, I don't want my child to learn Igbo. Igbo will confuse my child. My child will not get a good job. But human needs are not merely material. We must feed our bodies, of course. We must think about what will give us a good job. But our souls must also be fed. And it is dignity that feeds our souls. So the country of Iceland has about 400,000 people, a very tiny country, but they put so much effort into preserving their language. I've never heard an Icelandic person, the few times I've visited, say something like, "Eji Icelandic ejebe." And Ireland, the Irish language, which was in decline under English rule, recently, the Irish government has put a lot of effort into reviving the Irish language. The Irish language is spoken only in Ireland. The Irish language is not really a language that is going to get the Irish people international jobs, but they're preserving it. They're preserving it, and that act of preservation is an act of love, it is an act of value, it is an act of dignity. And so to anyone who says, not only are you lacking in intelligence, sorry, but this is true, you must also remember that we must feed our souls with dignity. And so while all of these issues language, names are significant, we must focus now on the large fire that is burning up Igbo land. Ndi Igbo ka anyị teta n'ụla. Let us wake up. Ife emebigo na anyị Igbo. As Igbo people, we often speak of political marginalization. Whenever you're gathered among Igbo people, the next thing you hear is marginalization. They are marginalizing us. We should talk about marginalization. I think any honest assessment of Nigerian history since 1970 must acknowledge the political marginalization that Igbo people have suffered. But it is time to suspend the subject of marginalization until we have cleaned house. We are giving those who want to marginalize us even more reasons to justify that marginalization. We must first clean house. Part of that house cleaning must involve a concerted return to unity. We must unite. We must unite. Unity is not the absence of difference. Unity does not mean that we all agree on everything. Unity means a decision to come together for a greater goal despite our differences. Unity is a beautiful act of sheer will. Unity is an act of intelligence. Unity comes from the ability to think lucidly. If all of the governors of the Igbo-speaking states and all of the senators from the Igbo states decided to come together in unity and put away party affiliations, it would confer on Igbo land a great bargaining power for policies that will benefit all of Igbo land. Different ethnic groups in multi-ethnic countries across the world all engage in this kind of political bargaining. But for this to happen for Igbo land, there must be unity. But first I want to return to what I said earlier, Igbo, Bu Igbo. The contemporary distinctions we often make today about Igbo identity, they're not cultural identities, they're political identities. There's a difference between a cultural identity and a political identity. When we say somebody is Delta Igbo, it is a political identity. It is not a cultural identity. Igbo-speaking peoples are one nation, one language, with different dialects. All languages have dialects. A dialect is not a language. So let us use Germany as an example. Germanic tribes have existed for centuries in Western Europe, but it was only relatively recently in the 19th century that these Germanic tribes decided to come together with the different dialects of the same language, German, and they united to form what we now know as the modern German state. Political identities are acts of political expediency. They are transient, they're fleeting, and they're hollow at the core. But cultural identities come from shared language, shared traditions, shared ideals. All Igbo peoples are Igbo. Nobody is more Igbo than another. Igbo Bu Igbo. And so, on the basis of these shared cultural values, Ndi Igbo must unite and strive to become a beacon for Nigeria and indeed for Africa. It is not too late. It is dire, but it is not too late. Let us stop making excuses for ourselves. Don't say that poverty is the reason that we are sliding into this barbarism. Poverty is not the reason. Igbo land was not rich in the 1900s. We were poor. And yet we did not worship money in this way. We did not slide into barbarism. We did not kill one another. We believed in basic things, in telling the truth, in standing for moral ideas, in not stealing, in earning your money in a way that is transparent. And by the way, the world today is full of cultures and peoples who are poor. And yet, they maintain their values, and yet they do not descend into a doomed abyss of evil. For that is indeed the most appropriate word for the disregard for human life that is happening in Igbo land today. Evil. Ndi Igbo, let us wake up. Kaiteta Nola. Let us refuse to participate. Refuse to celebrate money whose source you do not know. Let us celebrate alternative things. Let us celebrate knowledge. Let us celebrate scholarship. Let us celebrate hard work. Let us celebrate community. We must remember that we are a great people. We have to remember that we are people who make remarkable sacrifices to live their dreams wherever they find themselves. We are people who have mastered the art of surviving the most unaccustomed parts of the earth. Let us not forget the wonderful, unique apprenticeship system that we have. Mwa boy. Often we forget the Mwa girl, where young women learn things like sewing from women, and the wonderful and unique rituals and expectations that those involve. Ndibo, let us remember who we really are. We cannot become untethered from the harness of our proud and beautiful history and heritage. Igbo must once again mean what it truly means. Not selfishness, but community. Not violence, but a fierce desire to succeed through hard work, diligence, honesty, truth-telling. The very essence of our existence as a people is being eroded, and it is an aggressive, ugly erosion. We are overseeing our own decline. We are we are participating in our own destruction. How can this be? We must reclaim our heritage. Like Umuofia, before the coming of the missionaries, we must insist on the basic threshold of decency. Do we as a people endorse these practices? Do we accept Egombute as a legitimate route to success? Where is the gatekeeping role of the community over every member? Something that has been central in Igbo culture for centuries. Every success needs validation from the cultural milieu that birthed it. We hear success stories, but in most cases we see only the success but not the story. What is the story behind the successes that we celebrate today? Okonkwo's greatness in Umuofia was not possible without Umuofia's collective say-so. If Igbo people had collectively risen in unison to condemn this resident evil when it first began, it would have served as a moral rebuke against the ongoing slide into barbarism. But we did not do that. It is not too late. It is dire, but it is not too late. And it is important to say that the two dominant religions that we have in this region are heavily implicated in this rot. Both the traditional religion and Christianity have a hand in our collapsing values. We have as many cutthroat Ndidibia as we have Ndipastor, who orchestrate the steady slide into this abyss. It is time to clean house. We should not accept what is happening. If there are those who seek to destroy us, we should not help them. We should not arm ourselves with guns. We should arm ourselves with a return to values. Arm ourselves with knowledge. Arm ourselves with strong sense of justice, morality, fair play. Those are the true Igbo values. It is not too late. We must wake up now. Ndibo, kaini teta nola kita. Let us return Igbo land to the glory that it deserves.
That was our sister, that's our beloved sister, Chim Amanda Adichie, beautiful talk. I'm telling you honestly. And because most of the things that she already said here, things that our leader Mazi Iyke had written in the past. It's never too late to think. It's never too late to help yourself by being honest to yourself. Because if I need this hate is too much, the only way out is that collectively, if we have been together, if we know ourselves, our leader will not be in jail and nobody's talking about it. They are afraid. They have to go and beg. To give a right before Mazi Iyke Peters, our leader will not be in jail and nobody's talking about it. They are afraid. They have to go and beg to give a right before Mazi Iyke Peters, our leader will not be in jail and nobody's talking about it. They are afraid. They have to go and beg to give a right before Mazi Iyke Peters, our leader will not be in jail and nobody's talking about it. They are afraid. They have to go and beg to give a right before Mazi Iyke Peters. Radio Biafra USA 2. I will say good afternoon and good morning to every one of you that were listening. Let's come back again together tomorrow at the same time. Stay tuned for Mazi Iyke. Gonna be here next. From me, it's goodbye. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. You shall never hold peace. Day or night, day or night, day or night, day or night. I have said ESN on your walls. Day or night, night, day or night, day or night. I have said volunteers on your walls.
Good afternoon, good evening to you, all great Biafrans, and to all lovers of freedom. Thank you very much for tuning into Radio Biafra this beautiful morning. Today is the 29th day of May. The 29th day of May 2024, and the time now is 6 minutes past the hour of 5 in the holy and blessed land of Biafra. Therefore, I welcome you to Radio Biafra. I welcome you very much to Radio Biafra. This is Sunrise, coming to you live from Radio Biafra, London. My name is Mazi Mbanali. Mazi Mbanali is from Isu in Olu province of Biafra land. And I must say that it is an absolute pleasure to be with you here every morning from 5 to 7 a.m. Biafra time. It is an absolute pleasure to be with you here every morning. And this beautiful day, it is even more than I can express this beautiful morning as we get ready for tomorrow's celebration, as we get ready to celebrate tomorrow. Tomorrow is a beautiful day. It is a day of history. A day to remember history and a day to make history. Therefore, I thank you all and I welcome you this very morning. Our religion is Biafra, and here on Radio Biafra is where we worship. This is where we conscientize ourselves. This is where we motivate ourselves. And this morning I want to also remind you that you can join us on FM radio at 102.1 FM. 102.1 FM from your radio. And you will be able to listen to us at 102.1 FM. We are also streaming live on satellite. We are also streaming live on our various apps such as Radio Biafra and IPOB Community Radio. Radio Biafra and IPOB Community Radio. You can download these apps from your app store, any app store. You can download them from any app store, whether it is iPhone or Android. It doesn't matter. Just go and search for Radio Biafra. You'll find it. Also search for IPOB Community Radio and you'll find it. Therefore, there is absolutely no reason why you cannot be part of this program. And we are also streaming live on our website, such as ipob.org, ipob.org, and radiobiafra.co. We are streaming live from this website. We are also streaming live on Facebook. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Yeah, we are streaming live from various platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Facebook is